Ever wondered what hormones your thyroid gland produces and what they do? The thyroid, a butterfly-shaped gland at the base of your neck, is a little powerhouse. It produces 3 hormones that play crucial roles in your body's metabolism and overall well-being. These hormones are triiodothyronine, often referred to as T3, thyroxine, or T4, and calcitonin. T3 and T4 are iodine-containing hormones that get their names from the number of iodine atoms each contains. These 2 are the main players when it comes to the thyroid gland's hormonal output, and they're responsible for regulating your body's energy use and heat production. The third hormone, calcitonin, plays a subtler but no less important role. It springs into action when the level of calcium in your blood is high, helping to regulate and maintain a balance. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn more about each of these hormones and their functions. So sit back and let's dive into the fascinating world of thyroid hormones. The thyroid gland secretes 2 major hormones known as thyroxine and triiodothyronine. Let's dive a bit deeper into these 2. Thyroxine, also known as T4, is so named because it contains 4 iodine atoms. Triiodothyronine, on the other hand, is often referred to as T3 due to its 3 iodine atoms. These hormones are primarily produced by the follicular cells of the thyroid gland, with thyroxine being the dominant hormone. Now, you may wonder, why the difference in iodine atoms? Well, it's simple. Both thyroxine and triiodothyronine are composed of 2 tyrosine amino acid units linked together with iodine atoms. The difference in the number of iodine atoms creates unique properties for each hormone. So, what exactly do these hormones do? Their primary function is to increase the basal metabolic rate of our bodies. This means they boost our energy expenditure even when we're at rest. They do this by promoting glucose oxidation, which is a fancy way of saying they help our bodies burn sugars to create energy and heat. But that's not all. These hormones also play a crucial role in tissue growth and development. This is especially important in the case of skeletal and nerve tissues. Without the right amount of thyroxine and triiodothyronine, these tissues wouldn't be able to develop and function properly. Now, our bodies are smart. They know exactly how much of these hormones we need. The pituitary gland, a tiny organ located at the base of the brain, regulates the level of thyroid hormones in our blood. It does this by releasing a hormone called thyroid-stimulating hormone. If the levels of thyroxine and triiodothyronine get too high or too low, the pituitary gland steps in to correct the balance. This is done through a negative feedback mechanism, similar to how a thermostat regulates the temperature in your house. These hormones are essential for our bodies to function properly, and their levels are carefully regulated by the body. So, next time you're feeling energetic or notice your body developing, remember to thank thyroxine and triiodothyronine for doing their jobs. But how does the body regulate the levels of these thyroid hormones? You might ask. Well, the answer lies in the intricate workings of our body's control center, the pituitary gland. This pea-sized organ, located at the base of the brain, plays a vital role in the regulation of thyroid hormones. It does this by secreting a hormone known as thyroid-stimulating hormone, or TSH for short. TSH's main job is to stimulate the thyroid gland to produce more thyroxine and triiodothyronine. But here's the fascinating part. The release of TSH is controlled by a process known as a negative feedback mechanism. When the levels of thyroid hormones in the blood are high, the release of TSH is suppressed. Conversely, when the levels are low, the pituitary gland ramps up the production of TSH, prompting the thyroid to produce more hormones. So, the regulation of thyroid hormones is a fine balance maintained by our bodies. Now, let's talk about the third hormone produced by the thyroid gland, calcitonin. This unsung hero is secreted by the parafollicular cells, or C cells, of the thyroid gland, but only when there's a rise in calcium levels in the blood. However, it's worth noting that this increase in calcium doesn't typically have a direct physiological effect on the body. But here's where calcitonin really makes its mark. It's used in the treatment of conditions like osteoporosis, thanks to its bone-sparing effect. This hormone acts directly on bones, inhibiting the activity of cells known as osteoclasts. This, in turn, decreases the release of calcium into the blood. Additionally, calcitonin stimulates the uptake of calcium from the blood into the bone matrix, helping build stronger, healthier bones. Despite its lesser-known status, calcitonin plays a crucial role in maintaining our body's calcium balance. So why should we care about these thyroid hormones? Well, let's take a moment to recap. Our thyroid gland, this tiny butterfly-shaped organ nestled in our neck, churns out three key hormones: thyroxine, triiodothyronine, and calcitonin. Each has its unique role in our body's intricate biochemical symphony. Thyroxine, or T4, and triiodothyronine, or T3, are the prima donnas. They're the main act, the stars of the show. Together, they're often referred to as the thyroid hormone. Their primary role is to crank up the basal metabolic rate and heat production through glucose oxidation. In simpler terms, they're the ones stoking the metabolic fires, keeping our bodies chugging along at the right pace. And let's not forget their crucial role in tissue growth and development, particularly for our skeletal and nerve tissues. Then there's the thyroid-stimulating hormone, or TSH. You might think of TSH as the conductor of this hormonal orchestra. Released by the pituitary gland, it regulates the levels of T3 and T4 in our bloodstream. It's an intricate dance of negative feedback mechanisms, ensuring the right amount of thyroid hormone is always available for our body's needs. Let's not forget calcitonin, the unsung hero. Produced by the parafollicular or C cells of the thyroid gland, its role might seem minor compared to the thyroid hormone. But it's no less essential, especially when it comes to maintaining the delicate balance of calcium in our bodies. Calcitonin steps in when calcium levels in the blood are high, inhibiting the activity of osteoclasts and encouraging the uptake of calcium into the bone matrix. It's a key player in bone health, often used in treating conditions like osteoporosis. These thyroid hormones collectively influence our body's metabolic functions, growth and development, and calcium balance. They are the unseen forces that keep us running smoothly, ensuring our bodies function as they should. Understanding these hormones can help us appreciate the complex inner workings of our bodies. And remember, a healthy thyroid means a healthier you.